Cheers, guys. Epix 911, welcome to the Wednesday, August 16th, 2017 edition of VR News. 'Tis hump day. You guys know what that means. The weekend almost upon us. We're rounding the bend. The hallowest of days, Friday and Saturday, will soon be here. Woke up this morning in a really positive mood. Couldn't wait to get started on the Soulkeeper VR, record it for the Quick Look series, and then I run into showstopper bugs. Really bad showstopper bugs that stopped me in my tracks within the first 5 minutes of the game. Suffice it to say, pretty damn frustrating. Now, the devs were quick to respond. I tweeted that to them. So hopefully that's fixed. Should have that out within the next couple of days. Not going to put time limits to things because you guys know how well that works out. And we'll just leave it at that. But Killing Floor also kind of in the cooker. And then the third one, top personal VR games, all platforms. So excited about those. Can't wait. But of the three, this is the one that I'm the most excited about. So I hope they fix those bugs. Let's start with the first story. AltSpaceVR. 2 weeks ago, we were discussing their epitaph. What the hell would they be putting on their tombstone? They were dead. They were a company no more, apologizing, thanking fans. Fast forward about a day, Palmer Luckey sends out a tweet. It's a tweet that some have said was self-aggrandizing. Others said he could back it up to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. Whatever your opinion on that, he conducted a poll, which I believe was 67% in favor of him saving the company. Whether he has any involvement in the blog update today remains to be seen. Anything else is just speculation at this point, but someone or some organization has come forth and offered them a lifeline. They reached out via that blog posting to tell fans that it was literally just a matter of time, that they would be back. They were into some pretty hardcore discussions. So if you're a fan of AltSpaceVR, there you go. And if it's true, well, you know what? I said it when they were dying that I wish I really would have had a chance to check it out. I will check it out this time. I think I owe the application that. So there you go. If you're a fan, they are coming back. If we find out more, definitely let you know. Next up, Run of Maydan, a rail shooter. This one looks really interesting. Your in-game character is shackled to a platform. And I like this because you've got two ways to approach a rail shooter. You can be obvious about it, or you can just try to hide the fact and disguise how linear the experience is. I kind of like the embrace it. And I thought Wrath of the Fire God did a good job of that, literally putting you on a platform that floated around. Well, these guys doing the same for Run of Maydan, shackling you literally to a platform. Now that's via your legs. You still have your arms, and one of them can throw glowing orbs at enemies and obstacles. The other you can use to block. And I'd have to agree with Upload VR's assessment. The scenery and art style would not look out of place in a AAA game. It looks really good. Not that it's really highly detailed. It just, from an artistic point of view and an atmosphere point of view, looks really good. It's going to be available in early access within the near future. Both Rift and Vive, $19.99 US. This next story, and we've talked about this topic, we've joked about it, about not just how good VR is potentially for burning calories. Chris Brower, one of the viewers, I brought up his Audio Shield example a lot because he's that damn good, and says it's literally part of his daily workout routine, which is awesome. Well, there's a company that wanted to take it a step further and actually figure out how many calories these various games and experiences burn on a per minute basis. The company, the Virtual Reality Institute of Health and Exercise. Kid you not, never knew these guys existed. I don't know if they were formed specifically for this or if they existed before. Wasn't able to find that out in time. But yeah, they took several games and experiences, and everything's kind of based on averages and median and etc. If you know your statistics, I'm not going to get into the details of that, just to say that they came up with a rough estimate of the average calories you can expect to burn per minute, and then likened that to some other cardio exercise, non-gaming. For example, Gorn, which is the Bloody Gladiator game, it burns 4 to 6 calories per minute, which they liken to being on an elliptical, as an average person with an average weight at an average intensity. They also looked at Audio Shield, and at its difficult levels burns 10 to 13 calories per minute and is the equivalent of cycling. The lowest rating was 2 to 4 calories per minute, which is basically your regular non-intense walking pace. And to be fair, most VR experiences fell under that category. However, there was a range, like I just said with Gorn and Audio Shield. At the high end, Thrill of the Fight, which is a VR boxing game, 15 plus calories per minute. That is huge and is the equivalent of pretty much all-out sprinting, which is awesome. So as you can see, some pretty amazing results. I should have some of those up here right now. If you want more, check on the link in the description below, and it goes into a lot more detail on these games and more that they tested. Last week, we looked at the CGI offering, and there was a lot of back and forth discussion. How real does it look? Are you fooled? Etc. Doesn't matter what your opinion on that was at the time, what side you were on the discussion. Just remember kind of how it looked. That's where this story comes in. A Disney research company creating an application capable of deep learning facial animations to match to speech that it can then use for future dialogue, which is very, very freaking cool. So how it works is the system samples audio recordings of a human speech, uses it to automatically generate matching mouth animation. So there's a clip up. You can see the actual reference video on the right-hand side, and on the left side, it's overlaid with a mouth generated from the system based only on the audio input after training with the video. The trained system can then learn from future audio to automatically generate the correct corresponding mouth shapes. The deep learning aspect kicks it up a few notches above more traditional lip syncing tools that other programs have used for their avatars. And we've seen those. Sometimes they're okay, but within the same game, or hell, even within the same uttered sentence, it can kind of go out of sync and just look really bad. I've said it before, if you took 12-year-old me and plunked me in this timeline, I'd be pretty damn impressed. I'd probably be in an arcade when you pluck me out, but if you brought me here, yeah, I'd be in awe. Some things would puzzle me, no Mars bases or moon bases or space cadets patrolling the trade lanes between the two, but for the rest of it, it'd be pretty damn impressive. And I think this technology, like that, has all kinds of potential. One of my favorite doctors from Doctor Who is Tom Baker, the Fourth Doctor. He's got a really cool, unique voice. I love his voice. And he's done a lot of those, the Ring voiceovers. He does speech for Elite Dangerous. There's a whole Tom Baker pack where he plays an AI character. Anyways, the technology is capable where even if we lose Tom, and providing his family's okay with that, we could resurrect Tom literally through technology like this, which I think would be awesome. And I guess I'm kind of leading into a real Doctor Who game, which we've never really had. The Commodore 64 one sadly doesn't count. All right, guys, that is it for the news on this Wednesday. Some exciting things around the bend. Can't wait. Hopefully going to be able to get the Soulkeeper VR up and running and get past those bugs so I can share that with you guys. All right, as always, cheers.